Shalom Akim. I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and rule well, and salutations to all the Akim in all four corners of earth who's pushing this truth and sincerity. Shalom Akim. I want to get into this article right here. It's talking about this money and this fiat currency that we're dealing with. We always bring out this word fiat. So let me go ahead and give you a little definition of that fiat currency, because this is what we have right here. So our money is not backed by anything, and this is what people don't understand. That your money has to be backed by something. But here in America, in the Western world, just because our banks continuously print this money out, the people think that everything's okay. We'll have more and more and more. Everybody just got hit with like $1,400 off this stimuli check that the government sent to you, and people, when we question the system, we're trying to figure out where is all this money coming from. Well, we know because the government can print when he wants to. So if the sheeple are upset, what does he do? He go ahead and feed you some money so you can calm down. And where's his money coming from? He prints it out of nowhere, which adds on to hyperinflation, which is to come later. Right here, you see all the stacks of money next to this yard bird chicken, and let me read it real fast. It says a 2.4 kilogram chicken is pictured next to 14 million bolivars. Its price an equivalent of $2 in U.S. dollars at a mini market in Caracas, Venezuela. So all that money can get you that one chicken right there. So this is where hyperinflation comes into play. This is in Venezuela. We've seen hyperinflation in Mozambique in Africa, where $1 million can get you a slice of bread to a loaf of bread. I've also seen we've seen pictures of Russia in the 80s. They went through hyperinflation, where the ruble had dropped, and they were damn near on starvation, all because of the government was gearing its money towards war and different things. But it was just showing how hyperinflation kicks in, as well as Germany went through a hyperinflation before the start of World War II. They had barrels of money they were pushing down the street just for bread once again. And if you see in this picture right here, you see stacks of money. These rappers in America will be using to float on their arms and parade around about. But in some countries, their money ain't worth nothing but to get you some chicken. And that's another thing that adds on to this point of this video and of this article, that here in America, that a lot of the idiots, they put their faith, they put all their trust into this dollar, into this fiat currency, and it's really losing value. And they'll kill their own family over it, man. We've had within the last month or two that they've dropped this $1,400 into this stimuli into people's bank accounts and whatsoever. You've been hearing about different family members, whole households getting shot up. Baby mamas, baby daddies just coming through on rampages because they want half of that money, and the baby mamas ain't giving it up, and that they losing their lives. People are losing their lives basically over this $1,400, man. All sorts of schemes. When this cooties first hit and they were giving out money, Nick, you heard left and right how niggers was plotting on their family members and just executing their family members at will over this money. Letting you know the things that people do just for a dollar. But yeah, so this fiat currency, man, people will kill, they'll steal, they'll turn on their own just to keep that money, and that's the curse. That's one of the curses our people have upon us, man. That greed, that lust. Let me read a little bit of this article. I got some verses. He says, the host of the Kelso Report, Max and Stacy look at the data on what the trillions in free money are doing to the wealth gap as a topic of the demand for more of that free money trends on Twitter. As MicroStrategist CEO Michael Saylor points out, cash is losing 50% of its purchasing power per year. Why would you want to hold on to something like that when you have Bitcoin that's appreciating on average of 200% a year for 10 years? So basically, we have these news guys and our elites. First of all, our elites, they have a plan that they want to crash the currency. It's fiat currency, it's at its end right now. At one point, the American dollar was the muscle of America, and it sold everywhere and could do business everywhere. Right now, in these days that we're coming into, these different countries are rejecting the U.S. dollar. So what does that have to do? So what happens in return when you reject the U.S. dollar? The U.S. wants to go to war with you or put sanctions on your country. These are the different things because the U.S. needs these different countries to continuously to promote and use the U.S. dollar. But in these times, we're seeing that they are turning their back on it. China was one of the ones who, China's one of the countries who I can think of off the top of my head who told America, go ahead and keep your dollar. We don't need it no more. These other countries, they're coming together. They're dealing with each other. They're not inviting America to the table anymore. Adding on to the decline of America, and now they're promoting a Bitcoin. This is a new push for the currency of the world within the last 10 plus years. I had a family member who recently called me, and it sounds like he was working for one of these agencies because the way he was talking to me, I could tell this wasn't sincere. Like it was, you're trying to sell me something, and he, which is okay, but it's just the way you're coming. He's making money off this Bitcoin, and I remember when it first came out, how America was, they were banning it. They didn't want people to have it like that. And then all of a sudden, their government agencies were one of the first ones to be farming the Bitcoin, so adding on to the hypocrisy of this country, But, so people, they were making it hard for people to use it and spend the money off this Bitcoin stuff. But now it's being pushed more and more because they want to crash this dollar, and, America, when the dollar crashes, that's the muscle gone. And like I said a second ago, a lot of these countries, they're not dealing with it, man. So he says, paper and fiat money is now turning into trash. It's turning into trash. So when we see a lot of these rappers, flaunting this money, and people are wondering where they're getting it from, man, a lot of these companies are just, man, it's at the end, man. So they're just getting, the people are getting fed more and more of this fiat currency, and they really believe in it. They're putting their trust in it. They're killing it. They're ready to do anything for it, man. As it has in some of the emerging markets, like Venezuela, he adds. And assists like Bitcoin are becoming the go-to assets to protect yourself against the melting ice cube on your balance sheet. At the end of the day, once again, your dollars worldwide will be crashed, man. They're getting ready to come out. You will not be able to do anything if you don't have this RFID chip pertaining to Revelation 13 and 16. He calls all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That's the end game. Because sooner than later, while they're going to put everybody's hope into this Bitcoin, they're going to crash that too. Because Bitcoin is ran electronically. If your system goes down, if your grid systems go down, then you won't have any more money. But guess what? They'll push it to the sell-all be-all will be the RFID chip. If you had the RFID chip in your body, you wouldn't have to worry about anything crashing. These are the words that they're going to use in these times, man. Because the people, they still want to be rich. They still want to, by any means, that's the name of the game, especially our people, the Israelites, by any means, man. They want to be rich. They want to be ahead, I'm bring this out. This is Proverbs 28 and 20. A faithful man shall abide with blessings, but he that maketh haste to be rich shall not be innocent. And think about the things that our people would do, just to get a couple dollars to get ahead. I just spoke about how this $1,400 had turned family members into killers. Think about the times when you hear about how somebody hits the lottery and their family turns on them or friends turn on them, these different things. Listen to some of these stories about some of these entertainers, how their family and friends turned on them once they made it big, Those are the things that these people have their mindset on, man. Money is everything in a society, man. You know, they don't care about how they get it. They don't care about how they achieve it. Just as long as they have it, and we know how to get it, achieve it. We were in the world at one point by doing wicked things in wicked ways, man. And it's a vibration this place puts upon you. You know, um, this is Proverbs 21:6. The getting of treasures by a lying tongue is a vanity tossed to and fro of them that seek death, man. And that's once again, America pushes that lying tongue for these people by any means get that money. You know, rappers put spells upon the people. You know, this is a big witchcraft place, so witchcraft plays heavy upon the people's psyche here. You know, as well as the ones they put spells on you with the music. Go get the money and get the money and get the money. You know, just repeating these different things into your mind. So in the end of the day, you believe that money is the God in your world, man. You know, instead of coming back seeking the true power. And now is the time to seek the true power, because very soon they're gonna cut our words off as far as this YouTube and stuff and these different avenues where you can hear and the words of the prophets, man. You know, but at the end of the day, this fiat currency, is going to lead to a lot more deaths. And the people who are out here trying to stack it and save it, and going all out trying to get it, you're going to be hit with this rude awakening, because that's one thing that the people don't believe in, man. They don't believe in, anything happening to them, because all they see is green pastures, man, with their minds is showing them. But the Lord puts that veil upon these people, man. He keeps them in that slumber. He keeps them asleep. So they're thinking everything's going to be all right. And then he comes in out of nowhere and just pulls the rug from under your feet. And that's what happened to a lot of these people in these countries. Look at this, man. Once again, I pulled this picture up to show you that was a rug being pulled under their feet. They thought that all this money was going to last forever and was going to be good. And look what they could buy now. Barely some chicken, And this was taken in 2018. This specific picture right here, and I don't know, but last year, 2020, 2019, that right there, that fresh piece of chicken, bird right there that needs to be cooked, that looks better than what I was seeing on TV, man. They were scrapping over meat that was coming from the rich restaurants. They were scraping the bones off of already eaten meat and different things, man, just to survive. And as well, they were having to pay large amounts of money to get it. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this out about this fiat currency and break that down, because some rebels are losing faith because they don't have enough money. Some rebels are falling out of the truth because they want to go achieve more money. And that's not the thing to do, because the Lord is showing His power, man. He showed you in Venezuela. He showed you in Russia. Gave you numerous Mozambique and different places in Africa where the money has failed the people and is worth nothing. So these are more signs to come of people with large amounts of money trying to get bars of soap and cooking oil. With that being said, I hope this is edifying. Shalom, Akim.